just going home. Who is it?
Marlene Dietrich.
Oh, you're a million laughs, Marcus. Hello? Hello? Who? No. It's not... Well, I thought maybe you were... No, don't come over here. Not to the house either. Look, I don't care. You keep away from my wife and my family. You hear? You keep away from us.
What's the matter, Al? You look terrible.
Marcus, would you call the house and tell him I'll be a little late? Tell him I have to stop by St. Dominic's and see Father Fitzgibbon. And Marcus, tell him not to let anyone in the apartment till I get there.
What is it, Al? I've never seen you look like this.
I just talked to a ghost.
All right, hold your horses. I'm coming. Oh, Mr. Evers.
I gotta see one of the priests. Emergency.
But Mr. Evers.
Excuse the intrusion, but I need some advice and I need it quick.
What's wrong, Mr. Everett?
I just talked to a ghost.
A ghost?
An hour ago. It was like a voice from the grave.
Who called you?
My brother Danny.
I never knew you had a brother.
But I just never talk about him. Father Fitzgibbon knows him.
Yes, I know him.
He's 7 years younger. Used to live with me and my family. I haven't seen him or heard from him since 14 years ago, when I kicked him out of the house for being a no-good loafing bum and a crook.
Where has your brother been?
Well, I don't know. He had the nerve to say he wants to see me, but I know what he really wants.
What?
Revenge. The last words he said to me as I slammed the door in his face were, "Someday I'll get even. Someday I'll fix your wagon." Father O'Malley, Father Fitzgibbon, I fear for the safety of my wife and my children. Honest, I do.
Hey, Al. There's a fella here who wants to see you.
A fella, Marcus? What does he look like?
Little like you.
How old is he?
Young enough to be your son. Matter of fact, he is your son.
Why couldn't you just say, Al, Jerry's here?
Ah, you know me, Al. I like to build suspense.
You like to be a comedian, the Milton Berle of the civil service.
Hi, Dad. This Marcus. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, son.
Well, how's the St. John's University flash?
That's me, fine. My econ class got out early, so I thought we'd bounce home on the subway together.
Great, let's go.
Hey, what's econ?
Economics.
I bet they call it that because of all the people eking out a living, huh?
Marcus, that is your all-time worst.
Ah, you're just saying that.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, Al,
What now?
you got a wonderful boy.
Okay.
Well, did he call again?
Did who call?
Well, you know, Uncle Dan.
No, not again. And don't call him Uncle Dan.
Sure. You're not nervous about it, are you?
No, Father O'Malley said wait and see, so I'm just going to wait and see. Besides, I got too many important things on my mind.
Like what, Dad?
Like my wonderful boy.
matter, Dad?
Nothing.
Ma! Ma, he's here, and Jerry's with him. Then hurry up.
And Jane, your husband, your father, your son, and your brother are home.
That's funny. I only count 2 of us.
Don't I hear enough bad jokes at the post office?
Welcome to the House of Mink.
What's this? Where'd you get the coats?
And you said Daddy wouldn't even notice.
They were delivered this afternoon by bonded messenger
Well, they're presents.
From who?
from your brother.
My brother. Oh, brother, that'll be the day.
But it's true, Daddy. They're presents from Uncle Dan.
Boy, 2 mink coats.
Only Ma's. Mine's a stove.
They gotta be hot.
What do you mean hot?
Hot, stolen. My brother's finally found a trade. He's a fur thief.
But, Daddy, the messenger said they were from one of the biggest stores.
He was lying.
Al, I remember Dan, so I called to check. They were ordered by a Mr. Daniel Everett and paid for in full.
The check will bounce. Wait. Joanne and Jane, since last I saw you, I've had the good fortune to become a rather rich man. Allow me to share my bounty with those I love. Your loving brother-in-law and uncle, Dan. He's out of his mind.
Who cares?
Look, you're too young to wear a mink stole.
I am not.
Don't talk back to me. And what do you need a mink coat for? To wear to the butcher shop or to buy a loaf of rye bread?
Oh, sweetheart, I've dreamed of having a mink coat all my life.
I know. And I've been saving up to get one for you. You know how much money I've already got put aside?
How much?
Almost $300.
Al,
What?
if you want us to return them, we'll return them.
No. Wear them in good health.
Let's go put them away and start supper, huh?
Dad?
The Cobra has struck.
Because he sends a couple of mink coats. What does that prove?
It proves the war. The war I knew was coming when he phoned me is on.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Featherson. Remember me?
I'm afraid I don't.
Oh, I am hurt. I remember you.
Give me a hint.
Well, I had a dear brother who kicked me out of the house.
Danny Everett.
In person. Glad to see you again, Mrs. Featherson.
Nice to see you, too. Are you still a loafer?
Now, do I look like a loafer?
No, you don't.
Truth is, I never was. Tell me, who's running St. Dominic's these days? Besides you, I mean.
Father Fitzgibbon and Father O'Malley.
Good old Father Fitz, still going strong. Well, God bless him. Well, if he's in, I'd like to say hello.
I see how busy he is.
Thanks. By the way,
Yes.
you know, you don't look one day older. Come in.
Father, guess who's here?
Who?
Danny Everett. Al Everett's brother.
Ah, the Avenger. Have you told Father O'Malley is here?
No, Father O'Malley is over at a meeting at the community center. Shall I show him in?
Please.
Father Fitzgibbon will see you now.
Oh. Hello, Father. Gosh, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm fine. And you, my boy?
Never better.
Oh, you've changed.
Well, I'm 14 years older.
And wiser.
And wiser.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Tell me, where have you been? By the looks of you, I'd say you'd been discovering art in Texas.
Better. I discovered real estate in California. I really hit it big.
Good for you. I must admit this is a surprise.
I know, Father. I got the kind of a face people automatically put into the failure file.
What do you do in real estate?
Well, I build and sell tract homes. You know, row after row of houses. Like peas in a pod. But I don't call them tracts. I give them names like Everett Estates, Everett Acres, Everett Glades. Names like that.
You get a good price for these houses, I suppose.
Well, they sell for 14 to 18,000, depending on how many bedrooms and bath. And every one of them include an entry hall, a living room, a den, a family room, and a dining area and kitchen with all the essential built-in extras.
They must be huge.
Oh, they are. Each floor plan shows at least 900 square feet.
You seem to cram a lot into a small space. I suppose they put up with anything in California. They tell me the sun affects their sense of values.
Father, I would like to make a small donation to my old parish.
$2,500?
Just a token of my appreciation for the moral and spiritual values I was taught here years ago.
A man who would sell a 900 square foot house for $18,000 can have very little sense of moral values.
You don't want the check, Father?
Well, of course, well, these houses of yours, must they pass official inspection by the authorities?
That they must, and they do.
Well, of course, in that case, St. Dominic's thanks you for your generous contribution.
Thank you, Father.
Tell me now, one more thing. Do you still hate your brother?
Father, I still love my brother.
I'm always the last one to leave.
You're always the last one to wake up.
Tom, stop that. Your monthly meetings are not boring.
They're not.
Well, they may be a little tedious, but they're not boring.
Hey, will you take a look at that? Hey, out.
Hi, Father. Hi, Mr. Caldwell.
Hi, fellas.
Isn't it tough?
It's the toughest. Who's the lucky cat?
I guess I am. His uncle gave it to him.
When?
Just now. It was parked in front of our apartment. The keys, the registration, and the note were in the mailbox. A note? Well, what'd it say? Have fun, love, Uncle Dan. Show Father the engine. I haven't got time. I want to pick up Dad after work and surprise him. Would you like to come with me, Father? Would you? Yeah, I guess I would. Thank you. Pardon me. This way, sir. Very well done, very high class. Good day, gentlemen.
Real bomb, isn't it, Father?
Yeah, real bomb. Anything bothering you, Jerry?
I'd sort of like you to be there when Dad sees it. Would you like to drive it?
Oh, thanks anyhow.
Oh, come on, Father, just for a minute.
Take it right. Don't be afraid to hit the gas. It corners like a doll. Now, hit the gas. Corners like a doll.
I don't believe it. You an actor on the way home from a matinee in costume? You mean you're really, I don't believe it. Thank you.
Can we go now?
Please do.
Bless you, my son. Hey, Dad.
What's this?
It's a new car.
Well, I know it's a new car. Where did you get it?
It's a present from Uncle Dan.
Oh, the skunk.
Mr. Everett, I want...
Father, please. You plan on keeping it, son?
Well, it would come in handy. It'd save us both a long subway ride.
How would it save us both?
Well, I could drop you off in the morning, and I could pick you up at night, and... Well, even on vacation, I could get up early and...
Please, I like the subway better. It's quicker, and it's cleaner.
Well, what about weekends, Dad? How many times have you said, if we only had a car, we could all pile in?
Look, Jerry, let's not argue. You want the car, keep it. Just don't ever expect me to set foot in it. Well?
I want the car.
Jerry,
Yes, Father.
you go on ahead. I'll keep your father company on the subway.
Can you see my brother's whole plan now?
Not exactly.
He's trying to turn my wife and my children against me. You know what else?
What else?
He's succeeding.
Mr. Everett?
Father O'Malley? You can call me Danny, Father. Most of the Hollywood stars do.
Oh, thanks, Danny. I'm honored.
Won't you sit down, Father? I called room service and ordered breakfast, coffee, Danish pastry. A little something in your orange juice, Father?
Oh, no, thanks. That's fine just the way it is. I'd like to join Father Fitzgibbon in thanking you for your very generous contribution.
Father, that's not what you want to talk to me about anyhow.
It isn't?
The secret of my success is I'm a good anticipator. Now, if you wanted to thank me for the check, you would have done that when you called me on the telephone. Right?
Right. Well, now tell me, what is all this you and your brother have against each other?
Father, my brother is a smug, self-righteous man, but I have nothing against him. I wish him well. Does he wish me well?
No. No, I can't say that he does.
Al resents the presents I gave to Ann and the kids, huh?
Yes, he thinks it's your way of turning them against him. Now, you level with me, Danny. Is it?
Poor Al. In his book, I can't do anything right. Now, Father, I sent those presents to show that I want to let bygones be bygones. I lived with that family for 5 years. Ann and the kids were very kind to me. I have no wife or kids of my own. These are my only living relatives, so why shouldn't I want to give them presents?
Danny, you're a great salesman. I'm not sure I buy what you're selling.
Father, you heard the worst about me from my brother. But did he ever tell you that he turned my mother against me when she was too ill to know what she was doing?
No, he didn't.
Did Al ever tell you that when we were kids, he used to beat me up almost once a day?
No, he skipped that little detail, too.
He was 7 years older, so the fights weren't exactly close. But they were frequent. Oh, boy. The way my big brother used to belt me around.
What were the fights about?
Responsibility. You see, Father, when Pop died, my mother kind of went into a shell, so Al had to quit school and get a job. He was 17 and I was 10. I think he wanted me to quit school and get a job, too.
At 10?
Psychologically. See, he wanted me to share the load, and he resented it when I didn't. I was just a kid. Then when I was 20, he had me pegged for a bum. But I wasn't a bum. I was just a young guy trying to find myself. In the long run, I think I turned out pretty good. Now, that's what really counts, isn't it?
Perhaps. Danny, are you really sincere? Do you really want to make up with your brother?
Father, I sent him a letter. I laid it on the line. I said we should stop living in the past. Start living like adults and brothers. You buy what I'm selling now, Father?
I buy it. But what am I going to do with that lecture I was planning to give you?
Just save it for Al, Father.
Well, I hope that won't be necessary after you let it.
I hope so, too. But you know something? With Al Everett, you never know. He's a very stubborn man.
Well, thanks for your coffee and your time. I enjoyed talking with you.
My pleasure, Father.
Father, in the mail this morning was a poison pen letter from my brother.
Let's go inside.
Oh, indeed, I agree.
The bishop.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Let's go outside. Did you bring the letter with you?
No, I burned it.
Earned it? Why?
The furs in the car weren't enough. He had to give me the crowning insult. Offered me a job.
A job?
Yeah, with his construction company. Salary $400 a week.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Especially for a guy who knows zero about construction.
Now, it's possible your brother's trying to help you.
Danny?
Yeah.
Not a chance. He's trying to make me crawl. You see, Father, I'm a career man, just like in the Army. I started at the bottom, worked my way up. Today I'm a supervisor with authority over an entire station. I'm a civil servant. I'm proud of it.
Well, you should be, but there's another thing.
He's not going to make me admit all those years were nothing.
Did he ask you to?
Well, not in words, but that's what he's after. To make fun of the times I held myself up as an example. He's saying, take my charity, Al. Live off me, Al. Who's the big brother now, Al? He's playing games, Father. Playing games with my life.
Al, what is this big resentment you have against your brother?
I resent what he did to my mother. You know, Father, he was a crook.
No,
Well, ask Father Fitzgibbon. He used to steal stuff out of the kids' lockers at school. Once he even took $1 out of my mother's sewing basket. Sure, maybe he's fooling the big shots in California, but he's not fooling me.
Al, I just talked to Danny. He claims those presents were peace offerings he wants to make up with you.
He lied to you, Father.
Maybe. But what makes you so sure?
Well, I know him. I know him like my own brother.
Why did you come here?
Well, for advice.
You really want advice, or are you looking for some sort of spiritual okay to go on hating your brother?
Well, what do you want me to do, Father?
He wrote you. Now is the time to get all this out in the open. Clear the air once and for all. Call him, Al. Meet with him.
Sorry, Father, I refuse. I want nothing to do with him. I want my wife and children to have nothing to do with him.
What harm would it do just to see him?
I might kill him.
Hello? Who?
Jerry Everett, Father. Look, I'm awfully worried about Dad.
Oh, what's up, Jerry?
Well, you know how upset he was about Uncle Dan and everything. Well, tonight he said he was gonna go out and take a walk and think things over.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Father, his service revolver is missing. Mom is almost out of her mind. She's sure he's gone over to Uncle Dan's hotel.
Jerry, you go back home. Yes, keep things calm there, and I'll see if I can find your father. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else.
That's okay, Father.
Hi, Al.
Hello, Father.
Do you mind if I sit down? What are you doing here?
Here? Sitting.
I mean, in a park, outside your brother's hotel, with a gun in your pocket.
How do you know?
Never mind. Look, Al, what could this accomplish? What did Cain accomplish killing Abel?
Oh, you got me all wrong, Father. I wasn't thinking of killing my brother. I was thinking of killing myself.
What?
It's cut me down, Father. It's driving me crazy what he's doing. I can't sleep, can't eat.
Well, Al, this isn't the answer. It never was. Come on, give me that gun. Let's go home. They're all worried about you.
Okay, Father. You won't say anything about this to anyone?
It'll be just like it never happened.
You might as well have these, too.
What?
The bullets. I took them out of the gun an hour ago. Greetings.
Where have you been?
At the movies, I felt like killing time without thinking. Don't you even say hello?
Hello. What was the name of the movie?
I don't remember. What's the occasion?
We're having company.
Who? Who?
Your brother, Danny.
Who invited him?
All three of us. We called him this afternoon.
Why?
Well, as a way of thanking him for his kindness.
And as a way of bringing you together.
Call him back and cancel.
Why?
You're asking me why?
Yes, Dad. Why?
Because I said so.
Al, you're going to have to call Danny yourself. Now, the rest of us want him to come. You can't go on hating your brother.
Well, how about what I want? Or have you taken a vote and thrown me out of office as the head of the family?
Oh, Dad, be reasonable.
Don't you ever tell me to be reasonable. I'm your father. I order you to call him back and cancel.
No.
Say it again, so I know I heard you correctly.
No.
Well, you'll forgive me for missing your dinner, but I suddenly remember I have a previous engagement. Have a wonderful time.
Thanks again, Father.
Sure.
You too, Mr. Colwell.
Sure.
We appreciate you taking us.
I don't miss it. All right, you characters. Let's head for home. It's getting late, huh?
Okay.
Good night. Good night.
Come on, Chuck. Did you like it or didn't you?
Well, sure. It was the best progressive jazz concert I've ever heard.
It was the first progressive jazz concert you ever heard. You didn't like it.
I did. It was cool, man. Crazy. Hipsville.
Hipsville.
Sure. Thought you talked to a square, huh?
Whoop, low bridge.
Hi, baby. You're a tall one, that. Oh, it's a lamppost. Crazy.
Mr. Everett. Hal.
Oh, Father Fitzgibbon.
No, Father O'Malley.
Oh, how are you, Father?
Well, I'm fine, Al. Help me get him home.
Right.
No, he might still be there.
Who?
My no good brother. He's ruined my life, Father. He's taken my darling wife, my darling daughter, and my darling son.
Al, I think you better let us get you home, huh?
Never! Come on. Come on. Okay. I'll let you take me home on one condition.
What's that?
We gotta sing a barbershop quartet. You, me, and your two friends.
Now, Al, look, you just can't walk down...
If we don't sing, I'm going back to the bar and beating up every man in the house.
All right, you win. We'll sing. Okay, you guys?
Okay.
Okay. Smile the while we kiss you sad adieu. When the clouds roll by, I'll come to you. Then the skies will seem more blue. Down in Lover's Lane, my dearie, wedding bells will ring so merrily. Every tear will be a memory.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Will be
Good evening, officer. It's nice to see you again.
For me, till...
Are you sure this is going to work?
I know, Father. I'm not.
Then why did you suggest it?
Well, you suggested it. Remember at breakfast? You said, I wonder what would happen if we
Well,
had...
that wasn't a suggestion. I was simply thinking out loud. You should have argued with me. The whole thing is much too...
Sneaky?
There, you see? Why didn't you say it was much too sneaky this morning at breakfast?
Well, I suppose I felt, all things considered, it was worth the gamble.
Worth the gamble. Chuck, sometimes I think you'd be much happier in a parish in Las Vegas. Oh, why do they hate each other so?
Maybe because they know each other too well.
Or not well enough.
Do we ever really know someone else? Even a brother?
Sad, my boy, but true.
Well, Mr. Reverend, I'm glad you could make it.
Father, anytime St. Dominic's needs me, I'm here. Father Fitz, how are you?
Oh, fair admittedly.
Would you like to go in the study and make yourself comfortable? Father Fitzgibbon and I will join you as soon as we get the plans.
What plans?
Well, you know, the plans for adding the new wing that we wanted the advice of a professional builder on.
Oh, those plans. Fine idea. Yeah, you go into the study now and make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
I thought we asked him here to discuss how we intend to use his contribution.
That was our first idea. We decided the other one was better.
I'll take your word for it. Might be just as well if you refresh my memory on what little white lie we told the other party.
A lecture on moderation. Oh, good evening.
Good evening, Father. Father, I'm very sorry. I was wrong, and I know it. I was down in the dumps. I said to myself, I'll take just one little drink. Well, you know how it is, Father.
Oh, no, I don't. But don't let's talk about it here. You go on inside and make yourself comfortable. Father O'Malley and I will join you in a moment. Now what do we do?
We wait.
For a miracle?
Well, they've been known to happen.
Why don't you say something?
Now, why don't you say something?
Like what?
Like, hello, brother dear. I've missed you.
I missed you like I miss a broken leg.
Same here, only double. Say, Al, did I tell you?
What?
I made over $300,000 last year.
Hooray for you. Hooray for John D. Rockefeller.
Now, that's about as much as you make in, 2 years. Isn't it, Al?
I was right about you all along. You just came back here to show me up.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Yep, partner, I came back here for a little revenge. I want you to feel like a bum for a change.
You and your cars and fur coats. You sure like to rub it in, don't you?
I got a lot to rub in. Makes you feel small? Make you feel as small as you always tried to make me feel?
I never tried to make you feel small. I tried to make you feel responsible.
Oh, sure. Everything you ever did for me was for my own good.
Yeah, including throwing you out of the house. I hoped you'd land on your feet. What else have you got against me?
Well, now, let's see. For an opener, how about the time you wouldn't loan me a nickel to go to the movies?
When was that?
It was one Saturday afternoon. I was 12 and you were 19. It was a picture I really wanted to see. I begged you to loan me that nickel, but you wouldn't do it. One crummy little nickel. After all these years, I haven't forgotten it.
Why, it was just a nickel.
No, it wasn't just a nickel. It was a symbol. Symbol of all the miserable and spiteful things you did to me. Like turning Mom against me. Like making me get up in class to get back all that cheap little junk I stole.
Danny, you broke Mom's heart. I had to crack down on you. Dad was gone. You were a crazy wild kid. Why don't you look at it from my side?
I did. And your side looks pretty crummy. Admit it, Al. Who told Mom I broke her heart? You did. Oh, boy. The way you worked it out so that you'd always look like the big hero and I'd look like the little bad guy. The little rat.
I didn't have to work it out. That's how it was. You were a little rat. You know the only difference now?
What?
Now you're a big rat.
Well, at least I'm a rich rat. Al, how come I'm rich and you're poor? Poor little church mouse.
You know something else? You're sick. You're a victim of mental illness.
Well, maybe you should knock me out with one punch and carry me off to the hospital.
Well, maybe I should.
Well, come on and try, big brother.
Maybe it'll work after all.
Well, I hope so.
All we've done is give them a push in the right direction. Bringing them face to face was a very sound idea. Glad I thought of it. What's that?
It sounds like a chair hitting the wall.
You and your gambles.
He threw it at me first. Put it down, I say.
I'm shocked and disgusted at the both of you. Leave here at once, the pair of you.
This'll pay for the chair.
I'll pay for the chair. I threw it. Here.
Forget it. I wouldn't want to have your wife and children starve. Why, you...
Come on now. Let us fight, Father. It's the only way this thing will ever get settled.
Yeah, let's find an empty alley, and right now.
Wait a minute. Fighting never settled anything.
Please, Father, this is what I've been dying for.
Yeah, well, this is what I've been living for. You chicken, brother?
You'll see when we get outside.
Come on, let's go outside. Excuse me,
Father, we can't let two grown men punch each other about. Go and stop them.
If I stop them, Father, they'll just have it out some other time. We can't stop the fight, but maybe we can prevent them from hurting themselves. Fellas?
Don't try to stop us, Father.
Oh, no, now that'd be useless. How could you stop two little boys from behaving like two little boys? No, go ahead, fight, go on. But not in an alley. You could get arrested. Or one of you could get seriously hurt. Go on down to the gym at the community center and have it out with boxing gloves.
That suits me just fine.
It'll be a lot different from the old days. You're older now. The 7 years works in my behalf.
Let's go.
Wait. It's all right. We're insured.
Hey, Jerry? Jerry, it's your father and some other guy over at the community center.
Well, a guy. My Uncle Dan.
I think so. They're in the gym putting on boxing gloves.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And they look like they're getting ready to beat the heck out of each other.
Thanks.
Great.
Hey, Mom!
Okay. They're not exactly evenly matched. Well, let's let them start and see what happens. If it looks too bad, stop it. Father O'Malley will be the timekeeper. You'll fight for 30-second rounds. I'll be the referee. Keep your punches up and no hitting on the brakes. You all set, Father? All set. Whenever you're ready. Time. Time. 15-second rest period. Are you okay?
Don't stop it yet, ref. He hasn't even hit me yet.
Round two. Time.
No! Finish me off.
You heard the ref. TKO.
All right, fellas, shake hands.
I want him to knock me out. Come on. Get it out of your system.
Get what out of my system?
The hate you've been nursing all your life.
I haven't hated you. You hated me.
Now, look, Al, I never really did anything bad. Sure, I stole those things. It was just to get attention. You and Mom should have seen that. Why couldn't you love me? I love both of you. I love both of you.
We loved you, too.
Why didn't you say so?
I guess Mom figured you'd use it against her and me. I guess it would have sounded corny.
Al, we should have been corny a long time ago.
What did you do that for?
Because you're my father. Who tipped you off? A buddy of mine saw them in the locker room.
Jerry, help your father into the shower.
Don't help me. Help him.
Why should I help him?
Because he's my brother. Come on, Danny.
Come on, we better go home and fix a snack. They'll both be hungry.
Congratulations
On what?
on being so good at your job.
Tell that to Father Fitzgibbon.
You know something, Chuck? You're an awfully good priest. But you're one of the world's worst timekeepers.
Okay, wise guy, put him on the phone. I got you.
Come in.
Excuse me, fathers, but you have visitors.
Oh.
The Everett brothers.
Ah, show them in. The Everett brothers. That sounds good, doesn't it, Father?
It sure does.
Sorry to bust in, Fathers.
Al?
Danny wanted to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'm going back to California, get ready for my new business associate.
Oh, no, not me. Jerry.
Yeah, as soon as he gets finished college.
Good. Well, Jerry's a nice lad. Grand lad. He'll not stand for any of those 900-foot estates you've been building.
Well, don't worry about it, Father. I don't want to risk another one of his, right crosses.
When does your plane leave?
In 3 hours.
Well, in that case, sit down and visit with us, huh?
As if neither of you had been in this room together before.
You know,
You all right?
I thought Mr. Button repaired that.
well, he did.
Flinging chairs around in a church rectory. That's a terrible habit to get into.